Immigrant who's not a British national but is here legally, surely if they commit a serious crime, and I agree it has to be a serious crime, surely they should face automatic deportation because they...
If the example that I'm giving is if their life is in danger if they were sent back home, and the reason there's an incredibly violent civil war and a genocide going on in Sudan at the moment.
I don't want to be
fear of
there's wars going on all over the world. If we are...
So there you have it from the Green Party. Just like you heard it from Labour, the rights of criminals who came here illegally always come first in the name of universal human rights. But if they come here and commit an horrific crime, then that's fine because they should go to prison. Shame they don't have the same compassion for the victims who have no life because they were free to walk into the country. Now, if everyone who came here was rigorously vetted, that would be one thing. But we have illegal immigrants just rocking up on our shores with no documents. And they are free to go into local communities before there has been any attempt to vet them. Can't send a murderer back to his own country because his life may be in danger, she says. It's utterly insane. Wilfred Emmanuel Jones made some great points here as well. Like when he said coming from a war-torn country should not automatically give you a right to claim asylum. He said millions of people are in danger every day who aren't living in war zones. Think of a woman who is a victim of domestic abuse. She could be in danger and the police may not be able to do anything. She wouldn't be able to just turn up in another country and use that to claim asylum. There are wars all over the world. We can't be expected to just take in everyone. And it is especially not safe for the British people when many of these people are coming from culturally incompatible cultures. We're always told everyone else's rights come before the rights of the British people. Take a listen.
Is here legally, surely if they commit a serious crime, and I agree it has to be a serious crime, surely they should face automatic deportation because they've abused the hospitality that this country has offered them.
If the example that I'm giving is if their life is in danger if they were sent back home, and the reason that's my position is because I believe in universal human rights. So in the same way as I don't believe that Nigel Farage should be subjected to a threat of violence, I also don't believe that anybody else should be subjected to a threat of violence, even if they've done things that I am completely opposed to. You know, it's why I'm opposed to the death penalty even for murderers. And
what about the rights of British citizens to be protected from serious criminals who've come to this country?
Absolutely.
Maybe they haven't intended when they come here to do harm, but they have done harm and therefore have to suffer the consequences of that.
Indeed, and they should be put in jail if they've committed crimes. Absolutely.
How do you determine whether somebody has asylum? And I think people could ask for asylum for a number of things that I don't think is relevant to today's society. That's what needs to be sort of fixed.
I don't fully agree, Wilfred. So in Sudan at the moment,
I don't want to be there's wars going on all over the world. If we are going to start granting people asylum because they're in a war zone, I do not think that that is fit for today.
The international legal framework is that somebody has the right to claim asylum.
Well, that's what I think is wrong.
If their life is at risk.
Well, you know, God, your life could be at risk anyway. I just think it is wrong.
Isn't there a fundamental
in a million years say because your country's at war, you then have a right to have asylum.
Who would you grant asylum to?
Well, I just think it needs to be, you've got to really sort of analyse every case and make sure that, you know...
That's what the asylum system
what I'm trying to say is be like, if someone, if I was in government, I think, well, for example, one of the things about Afghanistan is really interesting. So those people helped us during the war. So if there are spies or things like that, I'd grant those where people have seen to help this country. But the fact that you're in a war zone, I don't think entitles you to have asylum.
Under international law, it does. But you know, the point, you know, under your argument, Wilfred, you know, this country wouldn't have participated in the Kinder transport and offered asylum to Jewish children fleeing Nazi violence. Stop going back
to history. Back then, I could understand that. But
so why is history different today?
It's different now. I just think it is very, very different. We can't always go back to history as a reference point.
All right, we'll take a current example. If you're a gay man in Uganda...
Yeah.
You stand to be killed.
I don't think that should give you a right to get asylum. I don't.
So basically,
you think it's fine for them
you
to
would
be
abolish
killed?
the asylum system.
I would abolish it as much as I can. I just think that, the only people that would get asylum are people who've actually worked for us.
When we first met, I sort of thought you were kind of a Cameron conservative, and now you've become uber Farageist.
I'm not a Faragist, but I just
are.
I just think that, it's because of the abuse of the system.
Yeah.
And actually, that's what I'm trying to do, is that I want people not to think that England or Britain or the UK is a really good place to come to. What we want people to think is actually, you're going to have to really demonstrate that you got this right.
So, Matthew,
as well.
Matthew,